G'day guys, welcome back to Supercoach with DR and welcome to the Around 24 review / season review. We're going to do a mini one. I hope that you're well. By the way, I forgot to mention that. I'm a little bit excited at the moment. Now, how do I feel? Well, I'm excited because I ended the season pretty well, but I'm a little bit sad at the same time because we love Supercoach. I'm a little bit relieved, I suppose, because it does take a lot of time and effort to put content out there and can be a little bit stressful at times, particularly when you haven't had the best week and you've just got to rock up and own your mistakes and move on to the next week. But all in all, what a fun year it was. It was a year like no other. Swings, turns, roundabouts, ups, downs, extra trades, the round zero games, the buys. It was a season like never before. So in a way, we're all rookie coaches. Regardless of where you finished, I hope you enjoyed yourself. And for those people that are new to my community and the Swordplay community, welcome aboard. Thanks for a ripping season. And to those people that have been with us for the last few years, thank you very much again. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I've just had a really, really fun season. As I said, ups and downs, but when I reflect, it's been a really, really enjoyable season. And as I mentioned, a season like no other. Now, I do need to coach basketball in about 45 minutes. So what I've decided to do here is more of a quicker video now, just a basic round review, a bit of a mini season review, and then I'm going to do a separate video where I'll deep dive round by round, trade by trade, lessons learned, best trades, worst trades, for the real rusted on type people that are actually interested in doing a bit of a deep dive into my season. But if you're someone that's sort of clocking out at the moment, we'll just do a very quick one, say a couple of thank yous, or may even leave that to the next video of the Swordplay potty, and show what the team looks like basically, and then basically tune out for the rest of the season. So I'm going to leave the intro there, guys. As you can see, 2706, what a way to end. Things went well, and the strategy of just being patient hasn't been working for the last couple of months. It's taken until this round for it to finally come to fruition. So pretty happy with that, and an overall season rank of 392. Yeah, pretty stoked with that, because there was one stage there where I was looking like top 250 was on the cards. Then it was, just need to claw onto a top 1,000 rank. So to finish, around the middle, I suppose, with a 392, pretty happy with that. And yeah, just been a fantastic season. So I'll leave it there, guys. Let's see how the team's looking. Do a quick review of my history in regards to ranks, and then we'll say see you later and catch you on the Swordplay potty. So all the best, guys. Hope you had a great round, a great season. Let's have one last look at the side. Alrighty, so this is the final side in all its glory. This is how we finished up in 2024. As you can see, ended up having a D7 in Elliot Yeo / Bailey Dale there, which was pretty decent given the fact that lots of people are running with donuts in Sheasel and Houston. I didn't think the strategy that I was going with probably in the last 2 months was actually going to pay off, because I was being patient, holding on to those two trades, holding on to trades, and other people just flying past me. I was actually going backwards, but finally, given the fact that I was a little bit more patient, I had some trades up the sleeve, I was able to bring in the Sinclairs, the Newmans late. That really put me in good stead. And I think that's a big reason why I ended up finishing so strongly, as opposed to some others that may have really tailed off because they didn't have great cover. At the end of the day, well, this week anyway, I had Yoa's cover, Mana's cover, as well as Dowling. Now, this was frustrating here because I would have much rather had Mana over Dowling, particularly given the fact they were playing West Coast, but this was actually a loop option for me. So if Mana had have gone, I'd say 105 plus, and I thought, look, there's always a chance against West Coast. You never know. I would have benched most likely Walsh or Rosie, almost leaning towards Walsh, believe it or not. So that would have been a bit of a disaster. But if I had have had Mana up here instead of Dowling, 28 extra points on field as well. So can't really complain. But I think I'm in a really lucky, well, do you call it luck? You could call it luck, couldn't you? Because Houston really highly owned. Sheasel very highly owned. But at the end of the day, I had trades up my sleeve and I kept on to them when I could have been a little bit more wasteful and gone for some luxuries a little bit earlier on. So glad I stayed disciplined there. But yeah, I think having Dowling there, Mana, as well as Yoa's cover for this week, that was really, really handy. So look, as a whole, the defensive unit this week absolutely popped off. The 111 from Sinclair, 97 from Nick Martin, the 186 from Dacos. Now, I was panicking. I was panicking. I thought, originally I had Don Flanders, and I thought, look, if I put on Max Gorn, then I may actually be able to use Livingston and be able to take advantage of some of these other loops rather than risking having to take a poor score, etc., etc. So that's sort of the reason why I changed VC off Gorn, off Flanders onto Gorn. And yeah, after his 122 and then seeing what Flanders did, I thought, oh, I've stuffed this. You know, people have got Dacos, Flanders. I'm going to go with Chocky. I'm going to back my boy, and didn't he deliver with a 166? So that was absolutely massive. So having a 166, finally nailed a captain as well. Have not been nailing captains lately. Been taking some pretty safe scores. I was just wrapped with that. But back to the back line, Ryan with 114, Newman 132. Magnificent trade in the last 3 weeks. Dale bounced back with a 126. And this is the advantage of having that D7, being able to loop players. I looped Yo for his 77. Didn't want to take that. So Dale came on and I thought, look, hopefully it just goes more than that 77. And he played out of his skin, particularly in the first half. So really, really happy there. So really the only blokes that I started with here are Zach Reed and Nick Dacos. I'm not going to count Martin because I actually traded him out, then traded him back in. Sinclair was in late. Ryan was on very, very early. So still happy with that. It was Hayden Young out for Luke Ryan. That was a bad trade out, Hayden Young out. But still, Luke Ryan in was a really good in. Newman I've had for 3 weeks. That worked out really well. Dale I had when he sort of bottomed out, or I got him the week after that big price rise, which wasn't ideal, but still got him pretty cheap at the time. Yo, I had maybe for the last third of the season, I'm going to say. So as a defensive hole, look, Whitfield would have been fantastic there. You would love Lockie Whitfield, maybe Sinclair in earlier, but can't complain too much, ending with someone like a Yo on the bench there. Midfield, so started with Bond, started Butters, started Green. So there's 3 there, though I'm only starting 3. Bond, I think he's out M1. I haven't even looked through the numbers, but yeah, fantastic starting pick. Did that video on him pre-season, implored everyone to just start the great man. And if you did, I think we'd all say we're very, very happy with that. So 116 to finish wasn't great, but it is what it is. Butters with a 120.4 season average. Brilliant. That's fantastic. 115 to end. You would have been a little bit disappointed if you had him as captain, is what it is. So my boy Chocky. So I love this man. I absolutely love this man. And he delivered when I really needed him to. I was just shattered with my decision not to go with Flanders. I was never really considering Dacos because I wasn't sure if Neil Bullen would go to him. In saying that, Janice said that he's either going to go terribly or go absolutely lunar. And yeah, he went off chops, didn't he? So the great man tends to always get those calls right. But yeah, Neil, fantastic. Really, really great pick. And really hasn't failed for me. I think there might have been a 70 in there. Apart from that, all good from him. Tom Green, the original plan was to actually jump off this bloke before his first buy. That would have been the best thing I could have done, but ended up holding on to the year. 106.6. Remember, he had that game where he scored 5. That really brings his average down as well. Went through a really poor patch. Early season was looking like the potential M1, but really did tail off. But yeah, all in all, a successful type-ish season, but still 10 points off your Zeret and, 13, 14 points off Lockie Neal there. But okay, Zeret I paid up for, and yeah, look, he delivered pretty well for me. I probably got what I paid at the end of the day. But again, he's given us one of these 115 season type averages here. Sarong with a 115 average. Man, this bloke just cop tags, didn't he? Had a great, probably first half of the season. And then after that, just really tailed off. Again, someone I paid up for. But at the time, I thought that I just have to do it. Yeah, very highly owned player in the top 1%, though. Sam Walsh was probably my most frustrating midfield pick of the year. 139. Thank you very much for ending the season well, Sammy. But always compare him to Jordan Dawson. Again, haven't run through the numbers here, but yeah, when I do, I'm sure that Dawson will definitely have the wood over him. But yeah, really nice to end the season with that. Rosie was actually pretty good for me, but yeah, poor few weeks, but 78, not fantastic, but I think he gave me a run of maybe 4 consecutive 100 pluses. Didn't pay up much for him, so bit of a bargain pick. And who did I get out? Oliver, I think, for Rosie, which is all good. Manu was a nice pick up late with that DPP. Wish I had had his 90 up here, but yeah, pretty decent pick at the price that I paid. Didn't start with him, but jumped on, I think when I traded out Bruce, he made some money on that, and that was a really good trade. Brown did bugger all as well as Sard, apart from some looping here and there. The rucks, I got pretty wrong this year. I got very wrong this year. At the start, I thought it's definitely gone. English, maybe Marshall. Didn't see the Sherry picks. Nank came up on us. I traded in Brody Grundy again, and I have done the maths. I have done the maths on this one. One move. If I had have traded in Sherry at the time that I traded in Grundy, I would have finished inside the top 100. So that one move there, and that's not counting if I had have actually had the captaincy or vice captaincy on him, when I would have, when I had some actual dud scores in reality. So I'd hate to add those scores on. I probably don't want to, but yeah, I've done the maths. Would have finished inside the top 100 if I had have, just got Sherry over Grundy. But it is what it is at the time. I thought that Grundy was looking like the R2. He was in such good form as well, but it is what it is. Just didn't work out well. But to end on a 110, I think that was his first ton in about 5 weeks. So really good there. Flanders 161. What a phenomenal pick he was. I jumped on him early and yeah, fantastic. I think I got him maybe after his first price rise or maybe even before his first price rise. I started with Heaney instead of Flanders, and yeah, really happy to get him in early. And wasn't he just a phenomenal forward for us? Just so reliable week upon week. Only a couple of scores under 100. For the Zorko, the old man, a brilliant selection as well. Finished with a 108. What was his season? 110.4. Super impressive. Will he get the same role next year? Well, we'll have Kitty Coleman coming back at some stage, hopefully starting. Yeah, I'm not too sure. That'd be a pretty dangerous combination, but another year older. We'll see what happens with Zorks next year, but he'll obviously be a defender. Sol Flanders, only defensive mid, maybe. Has been playing forward the last few weeks, but I don't think that'll be enough. Heaney, fantastic selection. So 116.8. Didn't finish the season off. Obviously missed last week, but particularly at the start of the season when he was raging Brownlow favourite, looking like no one could take it off him. He was just, we hadn't seen this from Isaac Heaney before. So probably this year, the consistency's been a lot better from him, but I think that's largely due to that midfield role. But great pick there. Caldwell, really disappointing towards the end of the season, but for those that got him in early, I think he was a fantastic selection. I'm still pretty happy I got him in. He was the obvious one to get in, but yeah, to finish with a 53, pretty unfortunate there. Simpkin with a 114. Very, very up and down pick. The sort of bloke that you'd love to loop each week, along with Jackson. And between them, they got me, 204 points. So I'll take that every day of the week. Simpkin 21, 114. That was brilliant. And Dogger with a 90. Hey, I'll take that. We got a couple of really nice ceiling games. And as a pick, this was a really successful pick for me. Now, you may look at the average 94.5, what you started. It didn't work out, but I've used him in the ruck. I've looped him, had him on field, obviously, for a couple of really big scores. He's been a really important player for me. So happy with Dogger. Dowling, pretty good cover. Can't believe he got omitted for a couple of weeks, whatever it was. And Dawson, gee, this was, unlucky, wasn't it? Originally looping with Fisher, but injuries and, all the rest couldn't get him back into the side. So that is how I ended up, guys. Pretty happy at the end of the day. I won't go through all the players I missed and all that sort of jazz. We'll quickly go through the history now. So what am I doing here? My team history, sorry. All right, might make the screen a little bit bigger because I'm guessing that'll be pretty hard to see. So, all right, so round one. So overall position 38,000. Now compared to last year, I think it was about 90 something. That wasn't actually too bad, and pretty quickly, 22, then halve that to 11, and then straight into 3.5K. And really, apart from round 7, where I ballooned out a little bit, I didn't go above that again. So pretty proud of that. Pretty proud of the consistency with the season. Went into, 2.2, ballooned out to 3.1, 3.6. But after that 3.6, I had a pretty decent run of it, 2,300, around the same, then into 18, 17, 14, 11, up to 13. And then since round 16, I've been and maintained a spot within the top 1,000. So 911, 931, and then 602, 439. So at this point here, I'm thinking to myself, do you know what? I'm could potentially make a real run inside the top 250, inside the top 200, and who knows, possibly even more from there. But you can see here from, your round scores, 710, 904. So all of a sudden, I've ballooned out and I've thought, dang, will I even stay inside the top 1,000? Kept on to these 2 trades, in a little bit, just maintained there. Came in again just a little bit, but this was a big win here. Finally, using these extra trades here on Sinclair and Newman down back when Sheasel and Houston, for lots of people, went out. That was a really, really solid move on my behalf. Getting Dylan Moore in arguably would have been better, but look, we can't win all of them, can we? Can't win all of them. So that's pretty much how it went. So yeah, no real rounds where I've ballooned out too much, and pretty consistent overall. Now, do you know what? I might actually leave it here. I might just go to one league here, which is the content creators one. Not just because I took this one out. This is a league that it's the first league that I'll look at every week, or that, when you go to the game day, who you're coming up against, what are your results like, because this is a content creators league. So all the best content creators out there are involved in this league. Plenty of others that are out there that aren't involved, because there's only obviously 20 spots. But yeah, all 20 people in here I really, really respect as coaches and great humans as well. So quickly want to go through this, and we'll go through total points. I end up taking out George just in the head-to-head there. But this is something that I am pretty proud of, and I don't give myself too many pats on the back, but I always compare myself to how other people are going in this league, and to just do an absolute Stephen Bradbury here and finish on the top for total score, as well as taking out the actual league itself. Yeah, I shocked, and really, I don't think that I deserve it. Jonathan, George and Abs, I think, but Jonathan Abs in particular have been right up there for so long, it seems, within that top 500. Abs within that top 100 mark. But just unfortunately, donuts and injuries towards the end of the season, it didn't do these teams justice, I don't think. George had a really, really strong end to the season as well. And congratulations, mate. Another top 500 finish for you. The most consistent coach out there, isn't he, George? Just super, super stuff, mate. Janeth, 426 at the end of the day. Congratulations, brother. Abs, 520 overall. Terrific, mate. And we know what Abs is like. It's go hard or go home. And he was looking likely for a top 10 finish at one stage, but still to getting around that 500 mark is fantastic. Joshy boy, 1183. So JG, peace to you, mate. Congratulations, mate. And I know, was it last round you had a really unlucky round with donuts, I think, from memory, mate. But yeah, just outside the top 1,000, mate. Top 1%. Well done, buddy. The great JD retiring this year from the content creating. So well done, mate. 2,300. Congrats to you, mate. Then we got the great Pistol there, one of my favorites in the community. Well done, brother. Then Spilsy finished top 8 in the Content Creators League, mate. So well done, mate. And this is for total points as well. So been a bit down on yourself at stages, Spilsy, but top 5K. Well done, mate. Then we've got the great Damon from Supercoach Edge. Lovely, lovely man. Make sure you check out his review video as well. The great JB from Dr. Supercoach within the top 7K. Well done, mate. Damo, I tell you what, mate, 7424, you are looking like every bit of a top 1% side, and things just didn't go right for you, mate. But yeah, Damo from the Footy Mailbag, obviously. Congratulations, mate. A really strong season from you. The great Scobie, the loose unit. Love you, mate. 8532 in the top 9K. Well done, mate. And look at Swizz come home strong there. 8,600. Well done, mate. Had SDS within the top 10K. Awesome work, brother. Oh, Roscoe, just outside the top 10K. Well done to you, mate. And thanks for coming on the Swordplay potty, mate. Another one of our Swordplay favourites, Freo Tragic Dan Mashman, 13317. Congrats, mate. Now, I know you probably won't be too happy with this rank. Still very, very strong, mate. But you'll absolutely get in that top 1% next year, brother. I'm sure of that. Same as you, Joey. Love you, buddy. 13755. Well done, mate. The great Mick. Make sure, particularly for your BBL stuff, that you check out Mick's Fantasy Insight content, because they are some of the best when it comes to the BBL. And also check out some NBL stuff that Matrix and Brain and all that do as well. So Mick, 23355, mate, you'll come back very, very strong. Some really unlucky stuff in regards to trades and injuries from you, mate. The same as the great Vern. Hey, NBL, check out Vern's stuff. One of the number one blokes to go to. I said I'd talk about it later in the video. Make sure that you check out Vern's NBL stuff. Congrats to you, brother. And Clarky, one of my favourite humans. Now, a little bit unlucky with like the Clary picks, Petraka type picks being a Melbourne man, mate. But you will bounce back, my friend. And you do some of the best work out there, mate. Make sure that you check out Clarky's podcast as well. A ripping human and great stuff. Well done to you, brother. I won't go through all the other ones now. I'll do that in my deep dive. But yeah, just I suppose a little bit of a head wobble for me for finishing first there. I don't deserve it. Very, very lucky. Very Bradbury type. But at the end of the day, my strategy was to really just hold back, don't go too aggressive in the last couple of months. And it took until the last round for that strategy to actually pay off. But it paid off in a pretty big way, giving him the best score of the year. And yeah, really rocketing home in the end. There are so many thank yous that I do need to give. So I won't go through all those now. Again, I'll leave that for the next video. So yeah, 392 for a season rank. I wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for all of you guys that are watching now. We've got the best community around here. We'll do plenty of shout outs, plenty of thank yous in the podcast tomorrow night. So check that one out. With last time, as I mentioned, Janet Spills and I get together for the year. So really looking forward to that. But yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for everything. We'll see you tomorrow night. And again, if you're interested in the deep dive season review. But if you've checked out for now, and this is the last time you'll be tuning in this year, I thank you very much. Much peace, much love, and I'll see you soon in the next one. All the best, guys. Cheers. Bye.